Arthur and Hope are having a date night, and they go to like I guess like a sewing like date night thing where they like teach you how to they teach you how to sew. And I was like, that's so cute. Like she always doing stuff to like try to make him feel like comfortable. And I'm like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like he got, I like that. You know what I mean? So they get there and they like sewing and they make him like a bag. And Arthur's doing really good, you know. I guess she brought him because he hasn't been using the sewing machine that she bought for him. So she want him to like get hands-on knowledge. And she, I like how she be like pushing him to like follow his dreams, you know. And so they're making the bag, and while they're making the bag, the lady like step off because you know Arthur doing good. You know, after she showed him a little thing, they got it. So Hope and Arthur start talking about how when are they gonna get married, basically. And then Hope was saying, "Well, are we engaged?" Well, Hope was really asking him to make her wedding dress, and then he was like, "We're getting married." And then she was like, "Well, are we engaged?" And then he was like, "I mean, I proposed to you. I don't remember the date, but I was in prison. I consider that engaged." She was like, "You consider that engaged?" He was like, yeah." And she was like, "Well, I told you many times that I don't. I need you to get out and actually bend a knee and put it on social media and show the world that you're married, that you're engaged to me." And he's like, "No." So she immediately like getting mad because he's like, "No." And she feels like he did it for his ex, who he was only with for a couple of months, who they had a toxic relationship. So basically, the girl did him dirty, he did her dirty, and they don't nearly have as much toxicity in their relationship. And she does so much for him, which she do be doing a lot for him. She be. But anyway, she feel like she deserved more than the girl, so she feel like she deserve at least that. And I'm like, why are you competing with the girl? Like, you need to like be authentic in your relationship with your partner, which is supposed to be your friend, and move at the speed that y'all want to move at. Not trying to compete with the ex girl, because as he told you, he was like, that was fake. And she's like, how do I know? He's like, because I told you, and clearly it didn't work out, and I'm here right now. I'm like, yeah, yeah. And he said that he don't want to propose to her because none of her family knows about him. He's a total secret, and all of his family knows about her, so it's not fair. And it's kind of peeing him off that she's asking him this and that she don't want to let it go. So I'm like, dang. We'll see. Then they move over to Shonta and True, and they doing a game night, and they playing charades. And you know, True like, I'm not gonna let none of y'all win. The best friend get there, you know, they playing. Shonta and True end up like tying on something. They had to do like rock paper scissors. Shonta won, so True was like, ugh, bummer. So then the kids went over into like the kitchen or something, and Shonta, her friend, and True was in like the living room talking, and her friend was basically like trying to grill True. She was like, "So where your job at?" He was like, "Gambling is my job." And I'm like, "That's your job? That's like red flag number one." But I mean, he done already got so many, whatever. And then she's like, "That how is that a job? Do you clock in and clock out?" She was like, "They." He was like, "They scan my ID, and then when I win, they scan my ID when I gotta get out. So yeah, I clock in and clock out." And then, like, he was just eating them up, just eating her up, basically, the friend. And she was just like, well, I'm just trying to make sure that you don't walk out, you know, on Shonta, you know what I mean? And he like, I want to be there for my babies, you know what I mean? Cool. But he was like, but I do feel like this is the perfect time to bring up that my PO violated me. And in the morning, I have to go report and see whether I'm going to get an ankle monitor or go back to prison. So, and he was like, and Shonta, I want you to come with me. She like, it's late at night. You just telling me this? And he's like, yeah, just like you waited to tell me about the babies. I'm like, True is eating them up. True is eating them up. But she was basically like, she gonna see if her friend don't watch her kids, and her friend really don't want her to go because she was like, it's either gonna be bad or worse. So why is he dragging her pregnant with his twins down there to watch him get locked up? So we don't know. I think Shanta gonna go. He said he gonna pay for the hotel room, and yeah. So I think she gonna go. Then they went over to Kim and Joey, and Kim getting home from work, and Joey in the kitchen cooking. He cooking steaks and potatoes and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So she instantly get out the car and she see them rims, and she get up. She automatically she's like, what? Go in the house. He in there cooking. So she's like, what is that? And he's like, I went and got some tires and some rims. Like what? And she's like, that's not what we agreed on. You know, how much did you spend? He like, I spent like, 22, I think it was 2,200 total. And so she instantly got like mad, and she was like, you didn't even think about like we have our wedding party, like our engagement party with our family and friends that we gotta pay for. I gotta get a dress. What about our wedding? What about my wedding dress? You're not thinking about none of this. You're not trying to budget the fact that we got kids. You know what I mean? And he's just like, I just wanted to do something for me, so I just did it. You know what I mean? I want to do something for me. And she was like, doing stuff for you is what got you where you was. You know what I mean? And he's like, you And then he was like, we could basically just go down to the courthouse because I really don't give a F about none of these people or this party. You do. And then she was like, are you serious right now? Are you seriously acting like this? He was like, you can either be a B about it or you can get over it. And so she was like, kind of shocked. She was like, kind of shocked at the way that he acted. And then she just went in her room and she was just like, I cannot believe that he acted like this. And I'm like, girl, yeah. And then she in the bathroom mad, screaming at the camera, telling us that she's tired of him spending her and her kids' money. Now it's her and her kids' money. But a couple episodes ago, she was saying how she can support him and stuff like that. And I'm like, I already knew that wasn't gonna last. You know what I mean? And she was like, but he need to contribute before he just start taking and stuff. But it's like he just got out of jail, so he can't really contribute. But what he do need to do is like learn how to be considerate and not as self-centered. You know what I mean? And have empathy for others. You know what I mean? He do need to learn those things. And I guess the kids are at their mama house, so I mean his mama house, so they gotta go pick them up. And she pissed because she like, side note, why does he have these rims on his car when all he needs the car for is to take the kids to school and to pick them up? So the people at the school don't care about the rims on his car and how they look. So then I'm like, girl, he doing it for a female then, right? Like that's what I thought. I'm like, girl, you clocked that. But yeah.